Hey everyone, I'm live. Uh, I started this back up. I had about 2 months of a break until I could get things organized on my end. So we're doing conversations with Grace again. This was kind of different from what we did last time. We did that conversations with Grace, I believe, probably in 2022. But earlier we were just answering questions. So I am going to pull up. It's going to be very quick because I know you all have been waiting a while for me to go ahead and answer your questions. Before I start, I want to pull up just to see if everything sounds right. I'm going to pull it up in the group real quick. Let me see. Okay. Let me see. Real quick. Okay, so I can see myself. Great. So we will be doing 5 questions only today, and we will see how it goes. I'm going to start doing once every Wednesday, like I did before, and we're going to see how it goes for tonight. Still testing a few things out. And let's start right here with the first question. Now, just like I did last time, some of the questions are very long. So I'm going to have to go off of my screen and read the rest. And I put the questions on here exactly as you all write them. So if you put in a lot of errors just because I don't have time to be correct and stuff at this moment, it's going to be like that on the screen. So anyway, the question is, if your husband of 1 year isn't intimate with you for more than a week and shows no interest in being intimate, is he cheating? Is he gay? What is going on? You have addressed this disinterest. What did she say? You have addressed this disinterest in the past before many times. So she's brought it up before, like, why are you not interested? What's really going on? And so that's a very great question. So you were with your husband for 1 year and y'all haven't been intimate for more than 1 week. So look, how often were y'all intimate before? Right? This just happened, like you all weren't intimate for a week, but y'all had been intimate every day for that entire year. And then suddenly he just didn't want to have sex with you anymore. So that is a concern, because it's like, okay, we've been doing stuff every single day, you know, since we've been married. Why do you suddenly want to stop? So I do understand that question, but every day for a year is, to me, now that's a lot. But is he cheating? Of course that will make you wonder, why did you slow down the pace of our intimacy? Is he gay? That's also a question. Why are you no longer interested in me? So all these questions are very valid. What's going on? And that's something you're going to have to ask him. And sometimes I can definitely say from experience, he could just, it just depends on how long this has been happening now. But it could just be that his testosterone level has went down. Yeah, his testosterone level could have gone down. So if you don't ask him that directly, because I don't know what his issue is, but I definitely understand your concerns. Are you gay? Are you cheating? What is the issue? I don't know, but you'll have to ask him. But what I can say, it could be he's just tired. He may want a break. If he's been going every single day for the year, he might want a break, or he has low testosterone. So something else you added with this one is that you said you feel ashamed that you have a high sex drive. If you're married, if you want to have sex every day, that's really nothing to be ashamed of. I can understand why you feel ashamed. You only feel ashamed because his sex drive is not as high as yours. So if his sex drive was as high as yours, you wouldn't be feeling ashamed. So it's nothing to feel ashamed about, but I definitely understand how you could be feeling odd. You probably feel like, you should be pursuing me. You should want to be with me. You should be wanting to have sex with me. Why aren't you wanting to? So it's making you feel a little insecure. But I definitely would come against that spirit of shame, because that's nothing to feel ashamed about. So the next question is, why is it when your marriage ends, men, decent ones, come out from all over with Mark? What? Oh, that's not what she said. Let's see. She said, basically, why is it that when your marriage ends, decent, like, men come around from all over and they say, I've always wanted you, but you were married. I mean, in 2 weeks, it's been 4 men. Because, I mean, you know what? You're free now, right? You're free from a marriage. And to be honest, just because you are married, that doesn't mean men stop looking at you. They probably were looking at you more because they realized they couldn't have you, right? I don't know. Men tend to look at what they can't have, because it might be a challenge, right? So I wouldn't entertain it, because you were looking at me while I was married. Some things you should keep to yourself, especially since they don't have you yet. I would not be too entertained by a man who actually told me he was looking at me while I was married. Because you got to be able to learn how to control your thoughts, right? Because you were looking at me while I was married, and you didn't care that I was married, right? So what makes you care that we're married if we get married, to make you stop looking at other women, right? So those are the things that would come through my mind. It doesn't mean that it doesn't happen or it's wrong that they saw, but what exactly was going through their mind while they were looking at you while they were married? Those are some things that I will be asking them. And you said 4 men in 2 weeks, good. That means you're chaseable. Let them be interested. I wouldn't think too much of it. You once were not available, so you're fresh on the market. You're another option. And I'm not saying that in a disrespectful way, but you're another option for them to pursue. And sometimes that's exciting, right? So there was something else you added, and what shall we say? You said that you feel ashamed of staying too long in an unhappy and unhealthy marriage. Yes, I definitely understand that. I'm not sure how unhealthy it was, but now that you're out of it, your eyes are open, and you know, to be honest, we go through things in life so we can help the next person, right? So if you were in an unhappy, unhealthy marriage, now you can help other women who are in abusive marriages leave before they are in it for too long and maybe have felt like they wasted a lot of years. They become severely damaged. They're so traumatized. You were in that marriage that was unhealthy. It was toxic. It could have been abusive, and you got out. And so don't wallow in shame. Don't wallow in guilt. Just thank God that He got you out of that situation, and help the next person who is in an abusive relationship. They may feel like, oh, I got to stay in this relationship because I said I was going to stay forever. No, not under abusive circumstances, not under, consistent, emotional, mental or physical, domestic violence, abuse. No. So just think of it as an opportunity for you to help the next person. But you definitely got to overcome that guilt and shame. Every time the guilt and shame come, say, no, I'm not going to feel guilty. I'm not going to be ashamed, because I got through this so I can help the next person. And that's how you fight that. That's how you fight that spirit. So the next one is it okay to have a friend with benefits? If you're asking me, the answer is no. And you were asking me, right? So the answer is no. It's not okay to have a friend with benefits. Many times that friend with benefits, you as a woman asking that question, you're going to want him to become more than a friend, right? And he might want it to remain as a friend with sexual benefits, right? So when it comes to that, me personally, you are setting yourself up for failure. So I would say no. It's not okay to have a friend with benefits. Just don't even do that to yourself. The next, oh, you know what? Let me go back because you had something that you wanted to add to this. And you said that you feel ashamed that you're not able to control your feelings. That's another reason you shouldn't have friends with benefits. You got to learn how to control your feelings because as a woman, you're going to get attached to that man. So you thinking, oh, we just friends? No, you done side your toe. I mean, I said side your toe. You done tied your soul to him. Now you're saying, oh, I want more. Look at what these women are saying in this group. Look at how they fell into the trap. Don't put yourself in that situation. Learn how to hone your emotions. That's what you should be focusing on. Learn how to control your emotions. You don't want to get yourself in a traumatizing situation. But you're going to do what you want to do. But my advice would be don't have no friends with no benefits. And secondly, learn how to control your emotions. Okay, and so the next one is, can a relationship that has limped through its lifespan of 15 years still survive bouts of cheating and unchanging cheating patterns or partners? Did you mean patterns or partners? You probably meant patterns. So this is a constant adulterer. Why would you want to stay with someone who continues cheating on you? Right? That's the first question I want to ask you. Why do you want to stay with somebody who has been constantly cheating on you? Not that he did it one time and then he said he wasn't going to do it again, but over and over again. That's you constant heartbreak. That's taking you your joy. That's making you bitter. That's making you feel insecure. That's making you resentful. So why would you want to? Someone who does not respect you, does not respect your vows, and they're going to keep doing it because you've been letting them. So, why would you want to just survive in life? Don't you want to thrive? You know, at some point, you got to thrive and say, I'm loving this life. What's the point? Only you can answer if you're going to continue staying with someone who's cheating on you all the time. But then why? What is it benefiting you? Do you still love this person, or, you know, is it because he's financially providing for you? Ask yourself, why would you want to stay with this person? Will he stay with you if you was cheating on him over and over and over again? And so I think you added something as well. You said you feel ashamed of your reactions when you're hurt by your spouse. And that's completely understandable because you either got to stop caring or you're caring too much. And if you stop caring, it's like, okay, then I don't really want the relationship anymore, right? Which is a good thing. You shouldn't want someone who's going to continue to abuse you like that. But like you said, you're going to keep on spazzing out, being angry, unstable, in your mind and in your emotions because this person continues to harm you and they don't care. They don't want to stop. So of course you're going to spaz out on somebody who keep on hurting you. And if you don't want to be a person like that, I know I wouldn't want to be nobody like that. I would have to get out of that situation if they refuse to change. And so the next one is, what is the best way to reassure a jealous partner? Don't. Once you learn that they're jealous, it's like, that's it. That is something they have to work on themselves. Jealousy. That's not your battle. That's theirs, right? That's their own insecurities. That's them just not being secure within their own selves, and then looking at everybody else's competition. No, that's something that they have to figure out, because if you try to put a band-aid on it and reassure them, you're going to have to continue doing that. And then the problem of their jealousy, which is a heart issue, will never be resolved. It will never be resolved because you're trying to fix it and you cannot fix it. That's something that they have to admit. I'm jealous and this is wrong. I've got to be more confident. I've got to be more secure. I've got to trust you. And I've got to put jealousy away. So that's not something that you ought to be doing, because it's never going to be enough until the root, which is in that person's heart, which is in your partner's heart, that has to go. And that's not your responsibility to make that go. That's your partner's responsibility. So something you said you're ashamed of is having a chronic illness. I'm not sure what chronic illness this is, but if you got an illness, then you got an illness. You just got to beat it. I mean, there's nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, you're talking about something that, society is like shunning you. I can understand why you feel ashamed of that. And so if you are ashamed because society is shunning you or whatever the case may be, there are support groups that I would advise you to join. So that you can feel a sense of comfort, a sense of community, and so you all can fight that illness together. But anyway, this is all I have for you all today. Thank y'all so much for just being patient. Oh, Lord. For being patient with me. And I'm going to see you all next week. It might be looking a little different because, like I said, I am still figuring how I'm gonna do this, and so just wait till next week, and I'll continue taking your submissions. All right, until next time, bye.